抱いてやるよ。
この偽
I love it when an anime character talks the biggest game, writes checks their abilities can't cash, and then gets absolutely, utterly humbled. So today we're celebrating the reality checks, the beatdowns, and the moments where characters were forced to learn their place. Let's get disrespectful.
いや、貴様は俺たちのことをよく知らぬ。
The receipt for this beatdown was 3 episodes long. Steely Dan wasn't powerful. He was just the most annoying type of coward, using Joseph's life as leverage to treat Jotaro like an unpaid intern. We spent an agonizing hour watching the toughest delinquent in anime taking demeaning orders from this slimeball, just seething in silence. The moment that leverage was gone, oh my god. Jotaro wrote a dissertation on his face with his fists. It's the longest Ora Ora rush in the series' history, a solid, unadulterated minute of cathartic violence. It's the ultimate release of tension paid back with massive interest.
腕を見せなさいよ。
くれな
予測不能なものを用意してほしいわね。
We all know the trope, right? The smiling, polite receptionist is secretly the final boss. Semiyu embodies this perfectly. The intruders broke into the cleaner's base thinking they just had to get past the secretary. They didn't realize that she was the security system. She didn't even break a sweat. It felt less like a battle and more like she was taking out the trash. It's a brutal reminder that in Gachiakuta, the ones who clean up the mess are often the ones making it. You know, sometimes I sit here and wonder, what is the ultimate anime fantasy? Is it getting hit by a truck? Is it having a harem that inexplicably loves you? No, it's driving a sports car at 200 miles per hour with your characters in the city. Boys, the prophecy is real, because NTE, Neverness to Everness, is here. Look, I'm gonna be real with you, okay? The internet is calling this anime GTA, and yeah, that's exactly what this is. It's a supernatural, urban, open-world RPG coming to multi-platforms, and it's absolute chaos. But what actually separates this from the rest is the culture. This is a supernatural urban world where the immersion is next level. You can invite characters to your house, hang out, and yes, they literally ride shotgun in your car. It's that slice-of-life harem experience we've all been training for. Once you've secured the waifu, you can take them on a joyride with full vehicle customization and destruction physics. Just don't go too crazy, okay? Because there's a literal prison system now. If you cause too much trouble, you'll go to jail. It's the perfect simulator. From romantic dates to inmate status in 30 seconds. The closed beta test 2 is coming in February with new characters and dungeons. So don't wait. Click the link in the description, pre-register for the beta, and let's get arrested together. NTE. It's happening. 2026. Let's go.
何
Say what you want about SAO, but watching this corporate slimeball get deleted was therapeutic. Sugo Oberon is easily one of the most hateable villains in the medium, a cowardly admin who gets off on torturing people when he knows they can't fight back. But then the script flips. Kirito stops playing the hero and starts playing the developer. He literally logs into his boss's account and revokes Sugo's admin privileges. Watching the self-proclaimed god of this world turn into a whimpering, pathetic mess as Kirito cranks up the pain settings was the ultimate IT department smackdown. It stripped away his fantasy persona to reveal the sad, small man hiding underneath the digital crown. The hype train for Super Saiyan Vegeta had absolutely no brakes. He just achieved the legendary form. He was glowing, screaming, and his ego was visible from orbit. He is the prince of all Saiyans. And then Android AT just casually derailed him. She treated the strongest warrior in the universe like a mild inconvenience while thinking about clothes shopping. The moment she shattered his arm with a bored expression, she shattered his entire worldview. It's humiliating, not because he lost, but because she didn't even view him as a threat. To her, this wasn't a fight for survival. It was a chore she had to finish before hitting the mall. Some villains you love to hate. Iokujan was just a walking migraine. He wasn't an evil mastermind, he was an incompetent net baby whose stupidity got beloved characters killed repeatedly. We waited 50 episodes for someone to shut him up. When Akihiro finally corners him in the debris, there's no honorable duel, no final redemption speech. Akihiro just grabs him with a giant pair of space pliers and squeezes. It's visceral, messy, and easily the most satisfying crunch in the entire depressing series. Eok dies confused, begging for his title to save him, never realizing that in the brutal reality of the battlefield, his noble lineage amounted to absolutely nothing. Good riddance to bad rubbish.
あなた方愚かでかつ運がない人間ではないな人間です本気ですか
ガラここは一旦引くのよ
とことんやるよ
ガラ
ゲームオーバーです
Remember when the Ten Commandments felt like an actual threat? Garland showed up, swinging his weight around, turning people to stone with his presence alone. He thought he was terrorizing a feeble bartender in a mountain shack. Then the clock struck noon. Escanor systematically, philosophically dismantled him. Watching an ancient demon run away in pure, unfiltered terror from a human was incredible. He forced a demon who lived on fear to taste his own medicine, proving that pride isn't a sin when you have the power to back it up against a literal god.
Speed は封印したいつまで喋ってんだ状態の回復怒りを感じることすら無駄かあんたやったことあんだろただ強い者だけが勝つ嘘だろ
This is the classic smurfing in low elo moment that we all secretly crave. Kang Taishik is a psycho who thinks he's the apex predator because he has a high-speed assassin build and enjoys killing weaker hunters for sport. Watching Jinwoo just stand there, looking bored, waiting for Kang to make his move was delicious. It was a quiet, terrifying way of saying, that's a cute build you have there, mine is better. The realization in Kang's eye is that he wasn't the hunter, but the prey is a masterclass in shifting power dynamic. I'm a sucker for the rank means nothing trope. Gura Udo rolls in talking crazy, mocking Ikki for being an F rank with low magical output, acting like the result is already decided. And at first, it actually looks competitive. Blades clash, pressures build, then Ikki flips the switch. In just a few exchanges, he reads Gura Udo's entire fighting rhythm, breaks down his technique, and then does the most disrespectful thing possible. Uses Gura Udo's own signature move against him. Now, that's when the arrogance collapses, not because of brute force, but because Ikki proves he understood the fight better from the very beginning. It's not a one-hit joke, it's a surgical shutdown that makes Gura Udo realize skills beat status every time. The Phantom Troop was introduced as this untouchable group of monsters, and Uvogin was their tank, a man who screamed away bazooka shells with his vocal cords. When he faced Kurapika, he saw a delicate blonde boy he could break in half like a twig. Kurapika's Emperor time didn't just overpower him, it drowned Uvogin in an ocean of his own inadequacy. Seeing the strongest enhancer reduced to a paralyzed, sweating wreck, realizing he was outclassed by the very victim he dismissed, remains chillingly beautiful. And the best part? Well, the shovel. Dude brought a shovel to a fight just to bury him. Talk about disrespect.
貴様の名は何だった？お前はまるでクソのような男だ。
Luke Valentine walked into Helsing Manor thinking he was the final boss, but he was just the tutorial level. He's got the trench coat, the attitude, the super speed. He thinks he's hot stuff. Alucard lets him have his fun for a minute, then drops the act. The shift from a cool gunfight to an eldritch horror show as Alucard releases his restraints and informs Luke that he's just dog food is spine-chilling. Watching Luke cry for his brother as he gets devoured by shadow hounds is a brutal reality check. It separates the vampires who sparkle from the vampires who are actual nightmares. Luke wanted immortality, he got digested instead.
何が来やがった。いつの間に。
ライフ。
Sometimes the best humbling isn't a fight, it's a dismissal. The Sternritter girls, the Bambis, were terrorizing the Soul Reaper captains, feeling absolutely untouchable in their group tactics and broken abilities. Then Ichigo drops from the sky. He doesn't scream or power up, the shockwave of his landing is enough to blow them away. He casually tosses them around like annoying younger siblings getting in the way of the TV. They weren't opponents to him, they were just traffic on the way to the real boss. It showcased the terrifying gap between a strong soldier and a transcendent being. This one hits different because it's about pure skill versus unearned ego. Sun Xiang is the arrogant rookie who pushed out the legendary Yi Shui, thinking he replaced the king just by taking his account. Yi Shui logs into a fresh server with a custom-built weapon that looks like a rusty umbrella and absolutely schools the rookie on national television. He dismantles him with basic fundamentals, proving once and for all that it's not the overpowered avatar that makes you god, it's the player behind the keyboard. Seeing the pro player get juggled by a generic character is the ultimate validation for every veteran gamer watching.
鬼
Young and stupid like Zoro once, applicable maybe to only a few of you. He rolls up on the world's most strongest swordsman early in the series, thinking his three-sword style stands a chance. Mihawk doesn't even respect him enough to draw his actual sword. Instead, he fights him with a letter opener he wears around his neck. It wasn't a battle, it was a geography lesson showing Zoro exactly where he stood on the world map. It was a devastating, necessary loss that defined Zoro's entire future. Watching Zoro cry and vow to never lose again transformed this from a simple beatdown into the most important character moment of his life. Gilgamesh lost this fight the moment he decided not to wear his armor because he thought Shiro was beneath him. He's the king of heroes, the owner of all treasures, and he's losing to a stubborn teenager yelling about borrowed ideals and copying his homework. The satisfaction comes from watching Gilgamesh's smug superiority slowly dissolve into genuine, frantic panic as he realizes the faker is actually beating him at his own game. His ego literally wouldn't let him win until it was too late. He died because he couldn't admit that a counterfeit could ever surpass the original, and that stubbornness cost him everything.
何の意味があるってんだよ こいつがリヴァイか同じ何も見えない足がさっきは随分と楽しそうだったな硬質か
Zeke really thought he was playing a casual game of baseball using the scouts' lives as the balls. You're seething watching him laugh while slaughtering Erwin and the recruits from a safe distance. Then, through the smoke of his own massacre, Levi arrives like a spinning buzzsaw of pure concentrated rage. He doesn't just beat Zeke, he surgically disassembles him before Zeke even realizes he's under attack. The shift from Zeke enjoying his game to having a blade shoved through his jaw is pure catharsis. It's the moment the beast learned that walls don't protect the humans from titans, they protect the titans from Levi.
お前は当時君やない。あっち側に立つな。おりゃ。もう止まらん。
抱いてやるよ。直人のジジイもお前も早いだけじゃねえ。この体になってようやく見えたよ。
この偽ボッ
悪い。もう一回言ってくれ。
Naoya Zenin is the CEO of misogyny. He spent his whole life talking down to Maki, treating her like furniture because she lacked cursed energy and wasn't a man. Even after her awakening, he's still running his mouth, zooming around at max speeds thinking he's untouchable. Maki, stepping into his path and silencing him with a single, concise punch to the jaw, felt like justice for the entire female cast of JJK. It wasn't a drawn-out struggle here, it was a swift correction. Talk trash, get crashed. Watching him grimace on the floor, realizing that he was beaten by the very woman he despised, was perfection.
やっとお前を倒せる。私は魔力を制限していた。
そんなはずはないわ。ふざけるな。
自害しろ。
This is the low-tier god energy we didn't know we needed. Aura spent 500 years bullying mages with the scales of obedience, betting her soul on having more mana. She looked at Frieren and saw a novice. Then Frieren simply stopped holding her breath. Frieren didn't cast a spell to kill her, she just politely ordered, Aura, kill yourself. Watching a demon be forced to decap herself out of sheer magical obedience is the coldest, most gangster move in fantasy anime history. She literally talked her into game-ending herself. Gaku walks around like he's playing Call of Duty with aimbot. He's young, arrogant, and physically overwhelmed everyone he fought. Then he opened a door and found Takamura. Gaku didn't even see the blade move. 1 second he's trash talking, the next he's holding his severed ear, realizing he nearly died to a guy who's barely conscious. It's the terrifying reality check that experience and pure bloodlust outweigh cool tech and youthful arrogance every single time.
クソでも踏んだ気分だぜ。
あ、やっと見つけた。
こいつもヒーロー。知らねえ顔だな。
返り討ちだ。
何すんだ。カツアゲする気か。すいません。 これください。
This might be the funniest humbling in anime history because one side didn't even know they were in a fight. Garo is running around terrorizing S-class heroes, building up this terrifying reputation as the hero hunter. He sees Saitama, launches a lethal surprise attack and expects a battle. Saitama? Well, he thinks he's being mugged by a weirdo while shopping for a wig. He doesn't use a serious move, he just delivers a casual karate chop to the shoulder like he's disciplining a rowdy nephew. Garo gets knocked out cold instantly, waking up with amnesia in a pile of trash. It proves to the strongest man alive that the ultimate evil is just a minor annoyance on a Tuesday afternoon shopping trip.